Hello and welcome back to our live broadcast and rebroadcast series. Today we are going to be talking about fasting on the defense and what it does to your mindset and your body when you're entering into making a decision about fasting, or actually maybe even just a fasting window opportunity and you were already on the defense about it. Welcome if you're joining us live as well as on the rebroadcast. I always appreciate the fact that you guys are stopping by and watching this after we upload it. Please make sure if you're catching this on YouTube, you take a second to hit that subscribe button. And if you're catching this on Facebook, please make sure you hit that like button. On YouTube, you have that little bell icon you can hit to make sure that you are notified when we go live, as well as on Facebook. You can set yourself up to get notifications as well. Just briefly, I would like to introduce myself and explain a little bit about why we talk about these things here in this community. My name is Diane, and for the past 25 years, I have been helping women find nutrition plans and fitness programs to help them look and feel their best and live their most authentic life. We are doing that here in this community through the process of intermittent fasting and developing what we like to call a keto-like lifestyle so that you can build in some flexibility with your feasting window to allow you to have time to spend with family and friends and in social obligations. And that really is working in this community with the women who are developing these practices. I do teach a course every month. Our next course is starting April the 6th. And that is where I teach you the fundamentals and really help you build a good solid foundation for incorporating intermittent fasting and a keto-like lifestyle for yourself so that you can faithfully live this lifestyle and really take advantage of all of the great things that it has to offer. So if you're interested in that, we always provide a link in the comment section. But today, we will be talking about fasting on the defense and what that means. Oftentimes, and this is just because we are creatures of habit and we are oftentimes just conditioned to react and think this way, that when we're entering something that's new or requiring us to develop some sort of change, we automatically become defensive about it. So it's not just with fasting, but it can be with anything else that we have going on in our life as well. Or if we get caught off guard with something. So I know when I found out that I was sick, when I found out that I was pre-diabetic and I had some other issues going on, and I really started researching intermittent fasting, as soon as I found out that I was sick, I immediately became defensive about it. And that really did create a situation where I feel now in hindsight wasted a lot of time just being angry and defensive, and was really closed off to a lot of the information and opportunities and possibilities that were out there for me. And so hopefully this conversation today will help you not make that same mistake. When we are not sure about something, or we're scared about something, or we are maybe just in those initial stages of research, we can be defensive toward information that is not going to make us be most comfortable. So one of the areas that I know there's a lot of defense sort of boundaries set up and a lot of defense sort of responses to things is in the area of fasting and what clean fasting is. And so said that I can have apple cider vinegar in my fast, and I don't understand why you say I can't. And it's a defensive type of approach, and you're already thinking that there's someone that's the enemy or someone that's going to deny you something that someone else said that you could. When what we should really be doing instead of being defensive is give it a go. Try your fast with whatever so-and-so said you could put in it, and then try your fast with the way someone else said to do it, and then try your fast the way another person said to do it, and see which one yields you the best results. And really stop taking away that approach of or that mindset that you have to be combative against someone else's suggestion, or that you have to prove someone else wrong, or that someone is out to get you. This is the absolute most simple lifestyle that we could be living. It is the lifestyle that a lot of people live before, advertising and food industries and a bunch of complexities about how we're supposed to be fueling our body came about. You just take a period of day where you do nothing, and then you take another period of your day and you put really good common sense nutrition in your body. It's all of the defenses that we've built up, and oftentimes it could be just from past experiences that we've had, that really shut us off and don't allow us the opportunity to be as open-minded or as offensive as we should be with taking care of ourselves. And we should really practice how it is we're responding to situations and how it is we're responding to what we say we want to have for ourselves, and ask ourselves why we're on the defense. Why are we questioning people so hard? And if you're in any Facebook groups or any kind of chat forums that have to do with intermittent fasting, or even just any sort of change that we're trying to implement, people will go to great lengths to defend themselves and go to great lengths to bash someone else, or great lengths to blame someone else, when if you took that same time and energy that you're using to defend whatever it is that you're feeling and you put it back into actually creating some good change for yourself, or maybe create some great habits for yourself, or just sit back and consider some new options, you would have amazing, endless opportunities to do some really great things for yourself and your life. So fasting shouldn't be something that we approach defensively. It shouldn't be something that we approach in an attack type of mode, and it shouldn't be anything that we approach where someone else is to blame for something. Fasting is very clearly defined as a period of time, and intermittent fasting most specifically, because this is what we talk about in this community, intermittent fasting is very clearly defined as a period of time within a 24-hour window that you put nothing in your body except water. We know here that we do make some exceptions with caffeine, coffee or black tea, and that really seems to be the simplest way to get the results that you're hoping for with incorporating something like intermittent fasting. And then we do really teach, or I like to teach in the courses and in the forum that we have here where we discuss these things, that you should have the opportunity and the flexibility and allow yourself some grace to live your life. The reality is food is not going anywhere. So we need to learn how to live with it. We need to learn how to utilize it as a tool to allow us the opportunity to live our most authentic life. And we want to make sure that that part of that authenticity that we build in and how we define or visualize ourselves living our life is in a very healthy and happy state. And if we're constantly on the defense, or taking the common sense out of the equation, or we're not thinking about what it is that we're supposed to be doing to make ourselves the happiest and the healthiest, that's where we really start to fall into some problematic areas. So keep the common sense in there. Make sure that you're thinking things through before you go on the defense and attack someone or go to great lengths to defend something. Test it out. And if it works for you, that is absolutely fantastic. I say implement what works for you, but it doesn't mean that we have to go on the defense with other people, because maybe it doesn't work for them as well. This should really be a super friendly environment. This should be a really super community. I know the one that we're creating here in the For Today's Aging Woman community is just that. And I think that is because that the foundation that we're laying here is truly about you figuring out what works best for you, the individual woman, and that you don't have to be stuck to a bunch of confines and constraints and rules and regulations that someone else has put into place because they worked for them, without ever considering if they might work for you. So take a lot of the pressure off. Stop and think before you go on the defensive. You should really be approaching everything that we're doing in our life in a more offensive type of mindset, meaning that we're going to be in that mode where we're going to let some things work for themselves, and that we don't always have to be there to battle it. We don't always have to be there to defend it. We're just going to kind of test it out and play it out and see if it works. And then what's going to happen for you in your life is you're going to alleviate a lot of stress. You're going to alleviate a lot of anxiety, and you're really going to let yourself just naturally go about your day doing what's best for your body. And within those opportunities of doing what's best for your body, what a lot of us are finding here in this community, and if you're a graduate of my course, I know you know what I'm talking about here. The time, the energy, the resources being financial, and some of the opportunities you're going to have just when you're looking and feeling your best are endless once you really buy into this way of living, and once you just let it be what it's designed to be. And it is the simplest way to live our life. Take a period of time in your day and do nothing, and take a period of time in your day and nourish your body. Asking yourself those two very simple questions: how long should I fast today, regardless of what other people are doing and what other people are saying? and how well should I feast on what it is that's available to me within my own personal living space and lifestyle, regardless of what other people are saying, and develop that. And then when you find what works for you, that's what's going to stick, and that's what you're going to feel most relaxed about. And then always know that you have the opportunity to allow some grace and flexibility for those times in your life where this intermittent fasting lifestyle doesn't fit in. I just talked about that on Monday when we went on vacation. We really just lived authentically first, and we made choices that were based on what was going to make us the most happy and feel like we were vacationing when we were vacationing. And all of it really is up here. It's our mindset. It's how we're dealing with some of the past things that we've been taught about food, and really just understanding that the goal in life is to be happy and healthy. How we go about that should really not always be in an attack mode and in a defensive mode. And I think if you treat fasting in a different way, you can release some of that defense mechanism that you might have, and you might actually find that other areas of your life might get happier and healthier as well. So I like to talk about these type of topics because they come up very frequently. A lot of the things that I decide to talk about here are things that come about in email to me or private message to me, and when I see them happening on a regular basis, I know that there are probably a lot of other people who are feeling this way who maybe aren't expressing it. So do yourself a little favor, take a deep breath, relax. It's not that big of a deal. Just start making better decisions for yourself and consider some of the information that's out there. And then the best thing that you can do is experiment, implement, give yourself a little time to fail, and then come right back in and try something new again until you figure out what's going to work best for you. Again, I teach all of this in my course, which starts on April the 6th. If you haven't taken the course yet, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you jump in. Within 3 weeks, your whole mindset will be shifted, and you will have the foundation that you need to really live this lifestyle for the rest of your life if that's what you choose to do. So it's super simple, and I really do try to break it down in a very common sense approach that every woman really can have the opportunity to implement in their own life. So I'm gonna jump in real quick and answer questions and comments here on Facebook, and then YouTube I will jump in and answer questions and comments for you as well. So if you haven't had a chance to leave a comment yet, please do so. It really is nice for me on this end to see you guys through your comments and be able to interact with you. It's my favorite part of doing these lives. And so if you wouldn't mind, please definitely leave me a comment. Michelle, hello girlfriend, how are you? Jody, hello. Maggie's here, good to have you with us. Michelle from Texas. Diane from Pennsylvania is here. Let's see, Anna from California. Lucky girls in California. Karen, hello from Florida. Did you get my email? I had a question for you about IF. I don't know. We had a really busy couple of days here. So do me a favor, Karen, and just re-forward it to me at the dyannparhamfitness@gmail.com and send it today, and I'll make sure that I get to it before the end of business day today. So if you wouldn't mind, Karen, that way it'll be on the top of my inbox and I won't have to go back and search through it. So dyannparhamfitness@gmail.com. Joanne, hello. Jody is here, and then Peggy is with us. Good to see you as always, Peggy. I'm sorry I didn't put a notice that I was going live with the topic today. Just know that if I'm not going live, I will for sure tell you. I was super busy, had a bunch of errands I had to run today, and then had a consult call with one of my clients, and then came in and did the live. So I apologize that I didn't give you guys any advance notice. And then Amy, what are you doing on YouTube, girlfriend? You're always on Facebook. But it's good to see you on YouTube, so thanks for jumping in. Okay, so let me see if there's any more questions or comments. And then what I'm going to have you guys do, let's see who, I know Amy said, right? Let's see who we got over here. Tina from New York, July graduate, still going strong. Your program changed everything for me. I can't thank you enough. Oh, thanks, Tina. I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, 3 weeks. It's amazing when you just sit down and really just dedicate some time to how you're thinking and how you're going about your life and deprogram. I think a lot of the things that we used to think about food and can reprogram your brain, it is something that can really last a lifetime. But I know that there are a lot of people out there who are still very resistant to adding this type of lifestyle in, and a lot of that does come from social pressures. So letting go a lot of that defensive stuff really does help. I know I check myself all the time with it and make sure that I sit back, take a deep breath. I used to say this a lot and I don't say it anymore. Maybe I should start saying it again. It's just sit back, inhale, exhale, pause for a second, and then respond to some situations. And usually when you kind of take that approach to some things in life, that we tend to be a little bit less defensive about it, it can really open up some amazing opportunities for us, for sure. Terry, greetings from Wisconsin. Still going strong, 18 to 20 hour daily fast. Good for you, girlfriend. I personally have been fasting a lot longer and a lot cleaner lately. So I think the keto is heavier than the like part these days. And I've been really enjoying the way I've been feeling. I've been doing a lot of experimenting with cutting out animal protein and stuff like that. So for me, this lifestyle never gets boring because I'm always playing around with things in my feasting window and my fasting lengths. And in my masterclass series, we're going to work on some stuff this week as well with just some longer fasts. And then for my April 2019 masterclass topic, we're going to talk specifically about extended fasting, and I'm going to teach you some tips and tricks about how you can really start getting into some extended fasting for that deep cellular repair, and do it in a way that you don't end up sabotaging what you've done so far with intermittent fasting, a really healthy approach to doing some extended fasting. So if you're a graduate of my intermittent fasting for today's Aging Woman course, April is going to be a great month to jump into the masterclass, because I'm going to give you a very detailed plan of how to execute an extended fast that will definitely benefit you, not only from the autophagy standpoint, but help you with some other things that are going on in your life as well. Jackie from March class, doing great with fasting, but losing weight has slowed down a bit. Any thoughts? Amy, I love extended fasting, looking forward to it. Awesome, cool. So any thoughts when you stop losing weight? Okay, so yes, anytime you do some new things and they're positive things, you're going to see a big change on the front end, and then your body starts to normalize. So depending on how much weight you want to lose, the big picture number, and how close you are to that is really going to determine how much more weight you're going to lose and how quickly it's going to keep coming off. So don't get psyched out by the fact that you lost a lot of weight on the front end and be discouraged because it's slowed down. A lot of times what happens with this lifestyle specifically is on the front end is you lose a lot of water weight, which is exactly what we want to lose, because inflammation is the root cause for so many of our physical ailments. So congratulations, you lost a lot of weight on the front end. That's a lot of inflammation and water weight. Now what you're losing is probably body fat. And so that takes a little bit longer to burn off, because that's just that thing that your body has to work harder to do. It's not just the direct result of taking inflammatory things out of your body or giving your body that window of opportunity to heal. So don't be impatient. Don't, think about jumping ship too quickly. Give it time. The science is there to show that intermittent fasting is really the best approach for how we want to live our life, especially for us women, and especially for us women who are going through hormonal changes. So how you think in your mind, remember, does also release hormones and control how your body regulates itself. So just stay the course, knowing that intermittent fasting and living a keto-like lifestyle with really good conscious nutrient-dense food is the best for the long haul. Your body will let go of weight when it's ready to let go of weight. And as long as you're very honest with yourself about what you're doing in your fast and your feast, then you should have no worries. It'll come off when it's ready. So don't rush it, for sure. And then don't feel like don't get discouraged. You're doing the right things. Not really losing weight in my, not losing weight in the first 3 weeks. I'm probably 70 pounds overweight. I'm drinking a lot of water, but would Diet Coke and sugarless gum really hold me up? Yes, it absolutely would. So Laura, I'm guessing that you're not in my course. I'm only eating in 1 hour in a 24-hour period. Okay, so if you're only eating in 1 hour in a 24-hour period, when are you consuming your Diet Coke and your sugarless gum? And if you're doing that in your fast, then that's also considered eating. So you're really not fasting for 23 hours or 24 hours like you think you are. So I would highly recommend, Laura, if you're not, okay, so this is a different person. So Jackie was the one who was losing weight in the beginning and then wasn't losing weight in the end. They have the same color icon on YouTube, so I thought you were the same person. So Jackie, you're doing fine, just stay the course. Laura, I highly recommend you jump into my course and I will explain all of this to you. Diet Coke and sugarless gum are anything sugarless like that is the root cause for why you're not losing weight. and probably why you've been holding on to that weight for so long. So I would highly recommend you getting into my course, and I'll teach you all of that for sure. Okay, anything else on Facebook? And sorry for confusing you too. When I just looked at the little people icon and you guys were the same color, so I thought you were the same person. Okay, so I think that's all we're gonna, Laura, I'm listening to you right now. Okay, cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, so yeah, you're listening. So I can't go into great detail about all of that because it's not that simple. And that's why I put together a course so that you can get it all in one very concentrated and compact compartment. And I teach you how to learn how to do all these things correctly in a very systematic way that builds on itself throughout the 3 weeks. So that's the best advice I can give you. You can also go back and listen to a bunch of my other videos. There's lots of information there as well. But our class starts on April the 6th if you'd want to join us. 3 weeks will change your life for sure. Okay, so that's it for today. On Friday, remember, Michael and I come together and we talk about something for today's aging community in general. If you have any questions or topics that you would like us to discuss on Friday, always feel free to throw those our way. If you're in my course right now in March, I am going to be giving away some cool little gifts to some March members. There are some requirements to be considered for the giveaway. You need to make sure that you have fully completed the course and that you have also submitted both of your course surveys. So Friday, I believe, is the day you get the last course survey. I'll be going in on Friday and Saturday and check to see who's actually completed their full course and submitted their surveys, and then we will be doing a drawing over the weekend, and then I will announce the winners for some really cool gifts on my Monday live. So if you're my March course, make sure that you get that course completed and you get me those end of course surveys, and then I would love to be able to consider you for some cool giveaways I'll be doing this weekend. Okay, with that being said, I am going to close out for today. Thank you again for joining us live. I always appreciate the fact that you can give us some of your precious time. I don't take time lightly, so thank you so much. And for those of you who catch us on the rebroadcast, the same goes to you. I appreciate the fact that you take the time to come back around on Facebook and YouTube and click that play button and be part of the discussion and the community with us. And I will see you guys on Friday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, and Michael will be joining me, so I hope you guys can too. Bye-bye.